We're going to start with Liverpool and Chelsea. You have a just injury-beaten Chelsea team that has been disappointing this year. That has not stopped them from spending any money, but I digress. And then a Liverpool team who has been equally, if not a little less disappointing this season. I don't know. Pick your poison at that point. Two very underwhelming teams. Martino, tell me just what the vibes are in this game where you're rocking.
I mean, this is super difficult for winners. Again,
Mm-hmm.
you have Chelsea in really poor form. Graham Potter is having a hard time to adjust. Multiple injuries on their fronts. Even then, with all the signings, as you mentioned, how long does it take to integrate? With Liverpool, it's just they fell off a cliff. This was a team that almost won a treble just about a year ago. And now we're sitting here talking about, are they going to make the Champions League? A lot of that core has returned outside of Sadio Mane.
Mm-hmm.
There have been injuries there, but it's really woeful all around. For me, it's just I really like leaning towards the over in this 2.5. If we know there isn't going to be great defense, there probably isn't going to be an easy winner to pick. Might as well take the goals. We see Liverpool struggling against worse talented attacking sides. Chelsea, same thing. I think that's probably the safest place you can go to. And again, this is a massive matchup because the implications financially for these clubs not to make it into the Champions League is significant, but we're talking about missing entire European competitions, like not making it into the Conference League. And if that is something that's on the table here, I think this is going to be pretty open because they need 3 points. And that's also somewhere I'm leaning as well. A draw no bet, if you want to parlay that with something, maybe even just a lesser total, I think that's something definitely to look at. Both teams to score as well is never a bad bet. But for me, if you're trying to pick a winner here, I hope you have a favorite team in this matchup, as in a fan, because I can't. It's really a difficult one in that sense. But for me, I think you could see goals here.
I think it really just comes down to if you're going to do a draw no bet, it's who is going to disappoint you more when they inevitably don't come through. I honestly, I prefer a double chance here over a draw no bet. These are two teams that between a couple of different competitions have drawn each of the last four times they have met up. I don't think it's going to be a scoreless draw, so I really like both teams to score as well, whether 1-1, 2-2. Again, I don't want to put too much just like faith in either of these sides. At this point, I'm going to read you a couple of just odds here. I think it's pretty clear which one is, the way to lean here, but you get Liverpool and tie at minus 400, Liverpool and Chelsea, Liverpool or Chelsea, I should say, at minus 360, or a tie or Chelsea win at minus 110. I mean, I'm kind of all over that tie or Chelsea win there. I mean, if I'm not going to be a believer in either of these teams, I might as well take the minus 110 at that point.
Yeah, I mean, even then, like home field advantage, toss it out the way, toss everything that you thought you knew about these sides the past couple of seasons out the window. It's really is I want to say it's a crisis, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
considering who they are. Like they'll be okay in the long term. Short term, it's a crisis. These guys have no idea. Like these are the two out of all the big clubs in this entire sport, and I'm dead serious with this. You will not find something more erratic than these two because again we're talking about two teams that we thought could compete for top four, even the title on an outside chance,
Mm-hmm.
right? Many people thought these two above Arsenal, no problem. They're not even going to be above Fulham at this rate.
Yeah,
And
I'm these two.
yes, exactly. And for me, it's kind of like, okay, at that point, can we weed out like some of the picks, like you were mentioning, like there's no value with Liverpool in a tie. There isn't
Mm-hmm.
that much value with a straight money line winner. I mean, there kind of is, but it's not something you want to rock with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see exactly where you're coming from because worst case, you're looking at an upset, and it's really not high risk. What minus 110, as you mentioned? I mean, I hear you, man. It's just
Mm-hmm.
you got to exhaust every single option here, and this is why the sport's the best because they don't
Yeah.
hand tie you to like 2 to 3 options.
Yeah, there's just so many different things that can happen here. I want to preface this also by saying this is not one of my picks. This is a pick I saw. I apologize. I forgot whose page I saw this on, but I mean, we know Gakpo's been getting a lot of action recently, and I know Salah's in the mix and everything, but you can get 2+ shots on target for Cody Gakpo at plus 200. Pretty good value there. But again, it's putting a lot of reliance on two very unreliable teams. So if you're waking up at 7:30 in the morning to watch this one, good luck and may God be with you, honestly, at that point, especially if you're rooting for one of these teams.